Hi, I'm Linda from English Learning Mind Map. Today, we will learn about advanced psychology. Advanced psychology. To decode cognition and probe the psyche through advanced psychology, researchers must look deep into the relationship between the brain and the mind. In essence, we are trying to understand why humans think and act the way they do. Cognitive neuroscience. Developing cognitive neuroscience helps us to bridge biology and map pathways that connect physical cells to complex emotions. Basically, we are looking at the brain as a piece of hardware that creates our personality. Neural mapping. Accurate neural mapping allows scientists to localize function and track activity across different lobes of the brain. Think of it as drawing a map that shows exactly where happiness or memory lives inside your head. Functional imaging. Advanced functional imaging is used to visualize blood flow and monitor triggers during social or emotional tasks. In other words, we are using special cameras to see which parts of the brain light up when we think. Synaptic plasticity. Understanding synaptic plasticity is key to rewire circuits and adapt structure after learning a new skill or recovering from injury. To put it simply, we are studying how the brain can actually change its shape to get smarter. Memory consolidation. Effective memory consolidation is required to solidify facts and encode experience into our long-term storage. At its core, we are looking at how our brain saves a file so we don't forget it the next day. Behavioral genetics. Applying behavioral genetics allows us to disentangle nature and quantify traits that we inherit from our parents. Effectively, we are trying to see which parts of us are built in and which parts we learned from our life. Epigenetic influence. Studying epigenetic influence helps to alter expression and modify outcomes based on our lifestyle and environment. In short, we are finding out how our habits can actually change the way our DNA works. Environmental triggers. Identifying environmental triggers is the best way to activate stress or shape behavior in a predictable way. In other words, we are looking for the outside events that cause our hidden genes to suddenly turn on. Heritability analysis. Conducting heritability analysis helps experts to calculate risk and compare profiles across different family generations. To put it simply, we are using math to see how likely you are to be just like your parents. Twin studies. Using twin studies is a classic method to isolate variables and prove inheritance of specific mental traits. In essence, we are comparing two people with the same DNA to see if they both end up with the same personality. Psychopathology. The study of psychopathology is vital to classify disorders and alleviate distress in patients who are suffering. Basically, we are looking for the glitches in the mind so that we can help people feel better. Clinical diagnosis. Proper clinical diagnosis allows a doctor to identify pathology and categorize suffering according to scientific standards. In other words, we are giving the problem a name so we know how to treat it correctly. Symptom profiling. Detailed symptom profiling helps to match criteria and observe patterns that appear across many different patients. To put it simply, we are checking a list of behaviors to see if they fit a specific mental illness. Therapeutic intervention. Targeted therapeutic intervention is used to modify behavior and facilitate healing through proven clinical methods. In short, we are taking active steps to help patients manage their conditions. Cognitive restructuring. Implementing cognitive restructuring helps a patient to challenge bias and replace thoughts that cause emotional pain. Essentially, we are retraining the mind to break free from destructive thinking patterns. Social cognition. Exploring social cognition helps researchers to parse interaction and interpret sociality in our complex modern world. This field examines how we perceive others and make sense of our shared experiences. Attribution theory. Applying attribution theory allows us to assign cause and explain motives for why people behave the way they do in social settings. It helps us understand if we blame a person's character or their situation for their actions. Situational analysis. Conducting a thorough situational analysis is the key to weigh context and judge intent before making a snap judgment about someone else. In other words, we are looking at the external factors that influence a person's choice. Implicit bias. Uncovering implicit bias is necessary to reveal hidden prejudice and expose stereotypes that affect our decisions without us realizing it. By bringing these to light, we can work toward more fair and honest interactions. Unconscious association. Finally, recognizing unconscious association shows how we trigger instinct and drive reaction based on deep-seated mental links. To put it simply, we are looking at the automatic, gut feelings that shape our behavior before we even think. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe for more English lessons.